I had to watch really quite substantial amounts of bachelorettes and housewives, survivor shows. And since I was going to write about it, I had to know about it. And so I plunged in. It was like swimming in polluted water. So Quixote is a novel about an old fool. He falls in love with this woman that he's never met, this woman on TV, and decides as a kind of heroic act that he will undertake a quest, which will be a quest of self-improvement, that he will do various things to make himself worthy of her. He comes across, a large quantity of the madness of America.
Things fall apart as well as people. Countries fall apart as well as their citizens. A zillion channels and nothing to hold them together.
So Quixote is a picaresque novel, and picaresque novels are a very ancient form that have been around for hundreds of years. They're novels which characteristically are episodic and have at their heart a kind of prankster, rogue, mischievous figure, the picaro. I reread Don Quixote about 4 years ago. What Cervantes was doing 400 years ago was satirizing the junk culture of his time and saying how it corroded people's minds, and it seems to me that's something you could say about our time, and use the character of Quixote and his sidekick Sancho as my way through that.
His improbable beloved, Miss Salma R, was by this point also a creation of words, thoughts, and TV images.
In this novel, romantic love is kind of treated comically because Quixote is in love with somebody he doesn't know and who is, let's say, way out of his league. But there are a lot of other kinds of love which the book takes on, these loving relationships between parents and children, between brothers and sisters, and how do we as human beings work through those things and work them out. This is sort of an everything book. So there's bits of it where it's a road novel, bits of it where it's a love story, but it's also a spy novel, and it has science fiction elements.
Goodfella, Murder 8, TNT, Jackpot. The drug had many names.
Quixote works for this opioid crook, and the woman he's pursuing has an opioid habit. Well, I wanted to write about opioids, first of all, because it is an epidemic. The thing in the novel which does exist, this fentanyl spray that you spray under the tongue, many, many times more powerful than heroin. And yet much easier to get hold of, because of the presence of doctors who will prescribe anything to you.
The culture without memory, which all culture had become, instantly forgot how it had slandered an innocent woman and moved on.
There are people in this book who get into trouble for things that they write. I guess I have some small personal experience of that, yes. There's a move in the direction of being pro-censorship. Writing things, making films which upset people is wrong. I mean, I wrote a book that upset my mother. Should I not have done it? Telling difficult truth, which is the job of the artist, is always going to get up somebody's nose. If we start restraining people from saying things that other people won't like, then we're going to be living in a very unfree society.
There are people who need to impose a shape upon the shapelessness of life. For such people, the quest narrative is always attractive.
We are storytelling animals, We are the only creature on the earth that does this strange thing. But without that act of the telling of stories, we would be deprived of something very central in our nature. That's one of the reasons why it's so important to value it and protect it, because it's not just about the freedom of writers to piss people off. It's about all of our freedoms to tell ourselves the stories we need to tell and that we need to hear.